about that shortly. But thanks for coming over. There's a lot of options, a lot of events happening in Silicon Valley and San Francisco, and we appreciate you guys choosing this. Why we did this? We started this about a year and a half back. I call it my life 1.0. I was in advertising. I'm still in advertising, and so we had these startups actually writing to us from different parts of the world. If we can work with them, and so we thought about launching this platform because my firm actually enables American brands to reach out to different cultures nationally and globally. So we thought, okay, we'll launch this platform, and before we know, we have about a couple of thousand members, and then we meet, most of the weeks we meet here and bring together entrepreneurs, startups, founders, and so on to talk to you guys. So thanks for coming again, and so just to give you guys an idea, like what kind of representation we have, because everybody doesn't get a chance to go and meet everyone. I always used to wonder that, so let's just get a quick feel of what representation we have. So we're going to quickly go around the room, and we can start with you if that's okay.
Tall, blonde, and brash from Denmark. So we are back in America, but with a different business plan this time. It's not rape and plunder anymore. I'm serial entrepreneur and moving to San Francisco later this year.
Excellent, thank you.
Hi, my name is Evgeny Jai. I'm working in connected cars industry in Ukraine, from Ukraine, looking to additional scale to US and different markets. So that's it.
Hi, my name is Ivan. I came here with Evgeny. We are working on the same project. So yes, we are looking for some kind of networking and how to scale our project. So if you are interested, let's connect us. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Remy. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm here for 2 months to attend Drake University and to further launch my startup, which is aimed for education.
Hey everyone, I'm Akshay. I'm from India, and I'm working in a mobile education startup, getting technology and education together. And with Remy, I'm at Draper University, which is a boot camp started at Draper in San Mateo. So we're here for the next 2 months, and that's about it. Excited to meet you all.
So just so you guys know, like Draper, this is by the Draper, and they take under 20 years old. Is that no?
Till like 20 to 30.
20 to 30 years old. Okay, the Peter Thiel takes under 20.
Under 20, yeah.
Okay, wow, the age is going down. Okay, please.
Yeah. Hi everyone, my name is Anton, and we're here already for 2 weeks in the best city in the world, and we're here working on our startup. It's called Duster. It's the most cool application for Twitter. Download.
I'll just go next. Hi guys, I'm Suhail from India originally. I'm in very, very early stages thinking about a startup, so I'm just looking for ideas, inspiration, stories for how everybody else is doing their thing. So that's what I'm looking for.
Excellent.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean. My wife is an immigration lawyer, and I'm partnering with her to simplify the immigration process. So coming soon, and this is the right place to be in. Coming soon, but yes, reach out to me if you need anything. Happy to help.
Excellent.
My mom actually works for immigration law, so but I came out here a year and a half ago from New York. Worked for Silicon Valley Bank, and just here to network and understand what are the new companies that are out there. So.
Excellent. Which unit of Silicon Valley Bank?
Asset management.
Asset management. Okay. Excellent. Anyone? You guys can carry on.
Hi, I'm Danny, and this is Peter from Hungary, and we're doing event-based networking efficiency startup, which I'm going to pitch to you in a couple of minutes. So, glad to be here, you guys.
Us?
Yeah.
My name is Kirill, that's Victoria, and we're doing co-living environments in San Francisco. So let me know if you need a place to live or work in San Francisco.
And we love the look.
Sorry.
I like that.
Nice to meet you all.
My name is Leo. I'm working for Bank of the West as a strategist in the financial service in leasing solutions.
Hi, I'm Nick, coming from France. the CEO of Bichat, which is a platform in career management. So we are based here. My partner is here. He lives there from October. And I should arrive if I get my visa.
There you go.
In a few weeks. So I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope my low euro is good. If it's not, I will continue.
I live with her, so I'm sure I'll.
Hey everybody, my name is Jasminder. I recently moved to San Francisco from Los Angeles. I was going to school over there, USC Marshall. I did my MBA from there. And I am riding in the same boat as Sohail. Is that right?
Sohail, yeah.
That's right. Okay. So I'm trying to get inspiration about the ideas and meet wonderful people over here. Thank you so much.
You come to the right place.
Hi, my name is Sami Hassan. I'm from Pakistan, and but I live here now. And I think me, Sohail, and Jaspinder, we are on the same boat. So I'm working on a business plan, on my idea to bring a new application, and overall it will be helping social traveling. So I'm just here to meet people and see that how if there is any help I can just take that project to next level.
Tech or non-tech background?
Well, it's mixed. I'm working in a tech industry. I'm a project manager, business analyst, but still I need somebody to code application for me for iPhone or Android.
Great. Okay. That's great. Thank you.
Yeah, hi, I'm Eric Swan. I live here in San Francisco, and I am the founder and CEO of Shopcast TV, a multimedia mobile e-commerce solution, which we're going to be launching to the public this Christmas. And I wanted to come here and network with people and find out what's going on. The guy from the Netherlands,
Yes.
talk to me later because I know a VC in a bank over there that would want to talk to you. And the guys from Ukraine, hey, I'm going to go to Live this summer and hook up with the tech guys over there, so we should talk.
Thank you.
Love that. Okay. Carry on, guys, please.
Did you introduce yourself? No?
No.
You don't want to? You just okay. Hi, my name is Jasmine. I'm American. I actually work for an English language school and professional skills school here in San Francisco near the Ferry Building. So we get a lot of international students who are entrepreneurs who would love to check out this event. So I was just scoping it out. And if you have any friends or family members who are interested in learning English, we provide F1 student documents as well. So let me know if you have questions.
Hi, I'm Rajiv. I'm the founder of Scribby.com. So I'm here to open up a marketing office, and I'm basically networking to see how can I hire my team. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm Ed. I'm the partner of Nick in career management. I'm based in SF. I've been, lucky at the visa lottery. I'm playing.
Nice.
I've done so many visas. Diversity lottery.
All right.
And I've done so many visas before, so it works. Play at the diversity lottery.
Hi, I'm Farid. I'm French as well. I live in Vienna now, and I'm with these two guys doing some data testing, and we're wonderful apps.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Brad. I work with Access Advisors. I do business strategy development, asset management, risk management for enterprises in the technology space. Also do capital funding for technology companies.
Excellent.
It's Alberto, and I actually work with Brad, partners, so same thing.
And you got the best chair in the house.
Sorry, my name's Hamlin. I'm an American, but with a twist. I was born in Germany and grew up in Switzerland, so I'm not entirely American. I'm here to, open my horizons and, talking with friends about different ideas. So, it's very interesting, actually.
Thanks for coming. And Monmar, yeah.
Hey, I'm Robespierre. I'm Mexican, not French, because of my name. I live in Mexico City and in San Francisco, having had my time, and I just launched my startup a year ago, and I'm doing networking in the area.
Excellent. Wow. So you guys, we really have a good representation. We get a lot of people from Europe, European countries, Latin American countries, and then Asia in that order, I would say.
The Asian talking about me, right?
But I'm surprised sometimes. I mean, we would have a lot of people from China, Japan, India. India is always represented here very well. But again, thanks guys. Thanks for coming. So you know, I met Yi, who was by Lizzie, at an event, and we talked and we connected, and I thought, you know, this is really an interesting story that I want to bring to my members. And so here she is. I really want to you know, have her talk more about, if we could all welcome, please.
So thank you everyone, and it's got exciting like to see so many different faces. That like, if you can try to imagine that everyone like fly from different places, it's kind of like magic. We gather everyone here. And for me, I originally came from China, and I did my school in Boston, United States, and then we moved for startup. So we now live in Sunnyvale and Mountain View. So we take culture here today. Like, it's happy to see so many different faces today.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, so you know, in general, I think we opened it up to the speaker to talk about, like, you know, what's how they started. So for those who don't know, he's the founder and CEO of Orbeus and PhotoTime. And so how did you came up with the idea? How did you came up with the concept? When did you start working on it? You've gone through Series A around Seed Angel, Series A, and now you're working on Series B, I believe. So you have done what I think a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs are look forward to do. So, you know, we would love to hear more about how the whole story of Orbeus.
Sure. I like to start, just give you guys a background that I'm from Orbeus. We focus on image recognition, both for facial recognition, object recognition, scenery understanding all together. So basically, we use deep learning and neural network technology to understand the visual input and auto tagging them, both for faces and object. And we started a company back in May 2012. Since it's just a group of friends who got the idea, we started a company. We do not know what we should do and what to do to start a company. I do not have like any legal background. So we made the decision that probably attending an incubation program locally here will help us to work through the different like steps and different like problems. There are some mentor and guidance. So while we were still at school in Boston, we started an application platform. We write like different application forms. So we applied around 10 different incubators, like from not too much strategy actually back that time. We just from the top 1 to the 10, we just choose the 10th. And luckily, we got our very first acceptance letter from Accelerate Labs in Chicago, which currently they renamed themselves to Techstar Chicago. So we were so excited, got the offer letter, and they only gave us like 2 weeks to decide whether we will join that or not. So we happily made a signature, and after that, the second day, we also received a final notice from the Y Combinator and the full acceptance from the Techstar border. But since we already signed the agreement, so we kind of move ourselves. Initially, we have 6 members, all from Boston. So we move ourselves directly from Boston to Chicago to start our business. So it's kind of a like long story since it's already been 3 years, but we do receive a lot of help while we were in the incubation program, especially for us, we're international background. We don't really have deep connections, especially to local market and investors and the people. So just to share the experience, I'd really like to give you a brief overview of what that 3 months experience like. So basically, the first month is all about like making connection and getting ideas, brainstorm. Within 1 more month, we met around 300 different people. Every day we meet around 6 to 7. Some of them are like serious entrepreneurs like you guys, and some that like from the financial background, like different banks, and some like industry leaders. We talk with them, we pitch our ideas. Actually, it's not all about pitching. It's more like we present it, they give feedback. They say, okay, this is right, this is gonna work, this is not gonna work. We brainstorm together. So after the first month, we pivot our ideas a lot, and it's kind of enjoyable, but also hard decision since from the start we have our own initial idea, and we also within the 1 month we got like tons of different suggestions, tons of direction that sounds like very promising. So the second month is more like the decision, the internal discussion for us to do the minus, which means we only have 6 people by then. We cannot do all of them. We cannot go after every market we mentioned, although they all sounds very promising. So we did a lot of discussion, market research, and then we refined from the 100 different ideas, like back to the, combined with our original idea, we back to the business that we're doing. So we started running our business since the second month after we more determined and more clear about how we should to do for improving our technology and to do big. So the second month we decided we're gonna do an API platform with different suggestions from different mentors, and also there are market chance that one of our previous competitors got acquired by Facebook, and they announced they're gonna shut down their platform. So within also that situation, we decided we need to move fast and do our API platform to leverage all the customers they left over. So we focus our product the second month by the help with different suggestions. So we launch our API platform by the start of the third month. And the third month within the incubation program is more like we prepare for our demo day. There's different teachers, some teachers are recording videos like this, and then we look at our own pitches, even the standing pose, the speed of your speaking, the gesture, things. We did around 200 times of refining our pitches just for the demo day. But it's also good practice since every time you make changes, you need to think through the flow. And while we were changing that, it actually gave us more confidence and more clear picture about how we should do it, how we should approach to the goal. So it's very helpful. We had a pretty successful demo day in Chicago, and we got covered by Bloomberg, Business Week, Fast Company, and different media. And luckily, after the demo day, we successfully get our seed round from local investor together with some backup investor in China. So it's a kind of combined. And then when the program finished, we decided, okay, Chicago is enough. And also, we spend the best time in Chicago in the summer. We heard the winter is horrible, so we made a quick decision moving from Chicago to here. But more importantly, because our co-founders previously came from Google, they know the environment here, they think there's a lot of talent here, so we kind of make the decision to move from Chicago to here by the end of 2012. So it has been a long time. We keep refining our technology, licensing our technology through API platform. We adopt that freemium model to people use that for free for a while. And if they think their business need that, then we have monthly subscription package. It's running good. Currently, we have around 6,000 individual and business partners who are using our technology. And we think, okay, how should we take another jump from the very bottom API providers, because it's exciting but it doesn't sound that big and doesn't make a lot of money. That the vision not big enough. We want to do our startup. We want to grow the company bigger and bigger. And most importantly, it's not only limited to the developers. We think the technology cool, and we want everyone, like every one of us, we can use the technology while it's developing. So we made the big decision in last year, and we roll out a consumer application called PhotoTime to the mass public. So basically, it's an application that automatically organizes and tagging your photos on your mobile phones, on your social networks, in your cloud drives like Dropbox. We auto-tagging them, we do facial recognition of them. You can easily search and finding all your photos, and easily share by typing keywords, just like what you do on a Google image search, but for your own photos. So we launched the app. It was pretty interesting, and since we're moving from the B2B side to the B2C, we also very appreciate if anyone if you can download and try it. If you have any suggestions, we're happy to hear that, because there's our new baby with more focus on how we can make it better. So it's kind of a story, definitely on the way. It sounds exciting, but it's definitely a lot like problems and situations we face along the way, like including the visa problems, like we move around from the East Coast to the middle, then to the Bay Area. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we can discuss more if you are interested in certain product visa, probably like how to organize a team and different things.
Could you talk a bit about funding? What investor, you talked about one that came from China. Was it like you knew them, or is like Techstars recommended, or if you can talk about like the fundings that you've gotten through?
Yeah. It's so for our seed round, in total we've raised 1.7 million, and most of the part from the local US, and there are certain big chunk from China backed investors. We can talk different, like for Paul just mentioned about the China investors. It's actually not because of our own relationship. It's more like in China, the tech is also emerging. A lot of people doing startups, especially they also allow a spotlight to the Silicon Valley. And we are the very first entrepreneur team that's accepted by the top American incubation program. So by the acceptance and by the like mainstream media coverage here, there are actually a lot of investors in China. They're chasing. They're just like saying they wanted to invest. Yeah, the experience is totally different from here. We need to present and project the revenue and things. We're pitching to every investor. It's more like, okay, there are very few like Chinese team that can enter the core of the top incubators. If we accept it, they kind of already have the bar. Okay, they're doing good. So they're really a lot of people like really wanted to put money in. So that's also reflect. That's why we made a good decision to join the incubation program to like deeply involve the local community and got coverage by the mainstream media here. It's really helped to get the money from like the overseas because they really buying those ideas. Yeah. And for the other part is from local here. It's more from the pitching, the standard way that we're pitching our product, our idea. We got introductions by the incubation program. And also, as I mentioned, the first month we meet around 300 people. We definitely try our best to keep connections with them. And if we announced that we're raising money and we send an email, there's a lot of people that's very, even though they have their own judgment on the thing, but they're really helpful, they're open-minded, they help us make an introduction to a lot of different investors. And we end up with secured this round pretty successfully.
So did you say like you let go of YC? Did you get an acceptance from YC at that time?
We got the final notice letter from YC. But by that time, we already signed a contract with the Accelerator Labs. So it's just timing doesn't match.
Right. So YC name holds a lot of value in the market. Was it like a good decision to let go of YC and still go with another incubator in Chicago?
I mean, to be honest, we didn't really think that way. We never been to YC. I don't know how much value YC going to bring us.
And this is 2012, right?
Yeah, 2012. Okay. And it is more for us because for us we're like first-time entrepreneur. We don't have a lot of help handy. We don't know anything, and we don't really think that we will got accepted by the top incubator. So we don't really prepare anything. So when we got the first acceptance, we're so excited and we so appreciate that they really like us. So like the emotional wise, we're really thankful. Okay, they gave us a letter, and they only have a 2 weeks window. We need a 2 weeks window. We didn't receive anything, and we really like them by the interview and things. So we decided to join them. Yeah, and later I just like the community, the tech communities. You can say it's big, but it's also relatively small. We just want to say, okay, first we send for them to send us the first offer, and the second is we think we should keep our promise. Since we signed the contract, we will really like the incubation program as well. So we made the decision we don't swing back and forth, we directly go there.
Right. Those your co-founders, they all came from Boston, you said?
Yes, originally, yeah.
Okay, and do you guys have like different backgrounds that you all came from? So.
The other 2 co-founders more from technical background.
Okay.
Actually, the idea came from one of our tech co-founder, our CTO. He previously working in Google for YouTube, and he got the idea by seeing like there's millions of minutes video uploaded to YouTube, but there's less than 3% of metadata automatically go with the video. It's hard for people to search. It's hard for like matching up advertisement and different things. And a lot of the content was eyeball checked and manually tagged by a certain group. So he got the idea whether we can use a computer vision technology to auto tagging those video pieces or even images. So he got this idea. He don't know what to do because he's not that experienced. So when he go back to school from Google, he sent out an email to his lab mates. So he got this idea, anyone interested in talking? And the other co-founder replied, because they're from the same school, just reply the email chain. Okay, they grab a coffee. They both got excited about this idea. And this is how they initially started. And since they're both technical background, they're thinking finding someone to help them. And but they kind of like swim back and forth for a long time since we decided to go. So I am a friend of one of the co-founders. I know they're gonna start their startup. I'm happy for them. So we one time just randomly have a dinner, and they were talking. Okay, we want to do seriously start a company, but both of us have technical backgrounds. You already finished school, you went to the industry, you know a lot of people, so can you help us to introduce someone who can help us? And I hear their story and their idea, feeling very excited. And at the dinner I said, I can help you fight, but how about I join myself? And he said, oh, that would be great. And since I only know one of them, so the second day I made a phone call with the other co-founder, just briefly communicating with the idea with what I'm thinking, what I can do. And we had really enjoyable conversation. And the third day, we made the decision and fly to Chicago with them. Yeah, so it's pretty short decision. Yeah.
Did you come across any visa immigration issues, or were you like?
Yeah, we did.
How did you overcome that?
So when we started the company, it's an incubation program, and it's during the summer. So most of our team members were still at school doing their PhD program. So during the summer, they can do using their CPT to do the internship program, and then we take it as a 3-month program. For ourselves, at that time, we think, okay, let's try. If it's work, and we will think about later how we finalize the visa. If within the 3 months we don't think it's the right way to go, then we can go back to school. So we kind of take the trial version in the incubation program. And after it, we think, okay, we really want to continuously working on this project. So the next problem is how we're going to solve our visa. And we consult different lawyers in the incubation. They also get legal consultant work. We consult them. They said, okay, for startup, you can sponsor H-1B for your own employees. The only thing is you need to prove to the immigration office that you have the capability, both in the size, the money-wise, have the capability to sponsor their H-1B visa. So then we said, okay, we know what it is. So we started doing the fundraising, and after we got the first amount, first 350K, we started kicking off our visa application process for the first person. Yeah, it is me. Yeah. So. Yeah, because it's luckily the first 350K is enough for supporting my salary from 1 year maximum to 3 years. So we demonstrate that we have the capability to sponsor my salary even if we don't have any revenue. So this is one proof we provided. And the second is also thanks to the incubation program, the demo day, we got covered by a lot of reputational media, and that is how the proof to the immigration office saying, okay, we really run a solid business. It's not like some random people came, and you can track it. We give them the links, we screenshot different business, and we got the first batch of small amount of customers, and we got investors. So we deliver all those package to apply for the visa. And the first time, because I previously worked, so my case is more like transferring my H1B from the previous company to our company. So lucky I don't need to do the lottery, but we still need to wait for the decision. And first I got the RFE, the reference of evidence, further evidence, and we prepare more like detailed information. And the CEO from the incubation program is very famous people. He's the CEO of Match.com and the board member IAC Group, and Troy Hancock is CEO of Shore Payroll, and different people. They also help us to write the recommendation letter. I don't know whether those pieces help, but this is everything we did. I don't know which part really helped, but after we submitted every other like supporting materials, it's got fully approved. And later on, it's more, by the time we got more media coverage, by the time we got more money, it's becoming easier and easier.
So it seems like the going through an incubation or acceleration program, it really makes a big difference. I mean, the networking,
especially for us,
the networking, the funding, all the visa immigration help that they help you, it really is a big factor. Is it?
Yeah, for our company it is. Since we're first-time entrepreneur, we're just graduated from school. We don't have like too much resources and deep link with the community, so that really helps.
So what are some tough lessons that you learned so far?
There are actually a lot of lessons I learned. It's hard to decide which one is tougher. They're definitely like although it's becoming easier and easier, but it's still like a lot of headache things we need to consider every time we want to recruit an international background employee. Because for startup, they have kind of a quota, which means if our company is under 25 people, it's not a hard lie, but they mentioned around the maximum around 7 or maximum 8. H1B set is a quota that you can take. Since our initial team member already takes several quotas, so every other member, new employees we're hiring, it's very handy. It's every time we're struggling a lot. Because some of them is really brilliant and really smart, related from different situations, but their international background, they need a visa. But for us, we need to internally, okay, we only have 7 quotas. How should we distribute it? Like, who should we get for them? Like, we need to have the priorities. It's hard to say most important, but like we need to sorting like different priorities. It's also slow down our speed for expanding our company in the number of employees. Yeah. So this is still a question for us. Yeah.
Do you have a development team back in China or somewhere, or is it like your entire team here, or is it like some internationally also?
Till today, it's the entire team locally here.
Wow.
Yeah. We don't have a team in China. Yeah.
Excellent. So I think is that a product demo?
Yeah.
Can we take a look?
Yeah, probably it's easier to. Hopefully, I didn't talk too much. Image and facial recognition. We wanted to provide the same technology and the easiness of organizing the massive photos to everyone.
So is it more focused on the customer side, enterprise, or you have both? You started with the B2B and then you, so which one is picking up more?
Actually, this is a very good question, and we'll be receiving this question along the way.
Yeah.
Like every time we meet a VC, every time we meet the people, they ask, okay, which is your focus, whether you focus on B2B or whether you focus on B2C. There are definitely different strategies and different methods that will target different audience. But we also like confused for a long time. We keep thinking, okay, which way we should focus on? How should we make the decision? But after a while, we kind of more relief. Like we think, okay, probably we're a special case. And since we started, like a lot of companies, they have all their own story about why they started the company. Some people, they're experienced in certain industry, they saw there's a problem, they design a solution targeted for that problem, right? So it's very easy, they know what's a play rule under the table. But for us, it's more like the first time PhDs and entrepreneurs, we come an idea with, we have a cool technology. We started, don't know, we have kind of belief in our mind, it's gonna be cool, it's gonna change the world, it's gonna be exciting. But which focus and what business, what exactly the starting niche problem that we're solving from the start, we don't really clear. We got the idea more and more clear by discussion with mentors, by like launching our products. We actually thinking, okay, it's always hard, it's always easier to thinking like different market to do analysis to think, okay, it's gonna work or not. But the most valuable suggestion, the most valuable decision supporting data came from after we launched our API platform. At least we need to step out the very first step. No matter it's right or wrong, we receive a lot of feedback, people's feedback. Okay, they said, okay, I want this function, I want this happening. Why not you supporting this? This is working, this is not working. I mean, the first API went out, there's a lot of problems, a lot of questions. But all those feedback, we each individual customer and the developer will communicate with them deeply, and now a lot of them are our friends. So they gave a lot of suggestions, they gave how they're gonna use our API, their problems, what are the functions they want. So along the way, it helps a lot. And for us, that in our roadmap, we don't call that B2B. Probably revenue-wise, it's kind of B2B, but for us, we're kind of more dreamer. We just want to build the most intelligent engine to recognize all those visual input, including images and videos. And we think the first step to be API because we can get massive like feedback about the functions. And they are also the massive or beta tester to finding the problems for us. So that's how our engine as a smart engine can move faster than our competitors because we're open-minded and taking all the suggestions. We have data points, we have the real thing that we can work on. And later on, we think, okay, things is good. And along the way, because we communicate with a lot of people, and we also we keep receiving this question, and we're thinking, and we think, okay, not only for that, we want to get in more feedback, more resources, more suggestions from every individual users. And we think this really help us, and we believe it really help with everyone if we can apply the technology to organize their photos. So it's previously a demo. It's not like we start with, okay, I want to do a two-customer application. We build a demo because we feel sometimes it's hard to verbally communicate with them, okay, this is work like this is a tag we can generate. Okay, just like hard and taking time, sometimes they still don't understand. So we build a demo, and every time we show the demo, I feel, wow, after they see that, they think, oh, now I get what you guys are doing, now I see what will happen. It helps us open a lot of doors in the early stage, and allow people, okay, I like this capability, and not only for demo, if you can like run it on my phone. So by receiving that, we made the decision that we want to run it as a mobile application.
The pitching to the VCs is a big part. So what I know that the accelerator kind of like trained you for that, but like what lessons, it's I'm personally also going through a program right now where pitches is such a big part of that. But what lessons have you learned going through the program, the accelerator program, especially pitching to the VCs? How to approach that?
The lesson I learned from the incubator is more a standard way. It's kind of like the sheet, like 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the things you need to cover. Those are the things those music here. At least in my mind, I'm clear what things to present, what things they want to know, what are the most important ones, what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. That is what I learned a lot from the incubation program. But in the everyday life, I talk with different VCs. Like the lesson I'm learning is more like actually it's called pitching, but it's still talking. If you're talking, you're facing a real person. Like every VC, every investor I might meet, they have different personalities, they have different background, they have different experience. Also, their focus is on different things. Some of them, they just say, oh, I don't care about revenue. I'm more like thinking, like willing to invest some kind of those ideas. Some people may think, okay, tell me the 3-year projection, 5-year projection, what will be the revenue? I think from the everyday pitching, what I learned is actually more like the conversation, like you're making friends. You need to know them. Everyone have their different skill set, things they care, their successful track record. If they invest in certain companies a lot and they earn a lot from those successful case, they kind of more prefer like thinking, okay, this should be the right way to do business. There's no right or wrong. It's like fighting friends. It's a matter of match or not.
I want to open up for any questions. Guys, yeah.
Yeah, you said you've already gotten your round A, you're working on your round B.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get your round B, what's that? I assume you're not profitable yet. So
we have revenue, but not that profitable right now. But we have our revenue to sustain our life, like running the business at this scale. It's probably hard to scale up, but we still can keep running for a while. So this is a good thing. And if we don't get the Series B, I think the first thing is when we approaching to that time point, we will be more aggressive driving revenues to have more flexibility to keep our product running longer. Because we know it's nothing that we did good or not good. Sometimes the product, the business, and the impact in the market takes time. I mean, we're not Superman or Superwoman. Like, we know a lot of things we need to do. We need a lot of things we need to change for our products. We take the feedback, but it's sometimes just taking time to do so. So we will try our best to more aggressively to license our technology, to drive more revenue, to keep our dream to keep it longer. This, I think, is when approaching to that point, this is our action I think we're gonna do.
Have you, just one question related to that, have you met projections and milestones so far?
Yeah.
I have two questions, one related to the product and the second related to funding. The first one is, do you think that something like this, like going further, probably some months or probably some years down the line, would you want this to be a feature for Samsung or Apple, or would you want it to be independent and you're probably leading the charge? So that is one question, whether keep it independent or whether make it a feature for Samsung or Apple phones. The second one is, what do you think exactly should be an immigrant company's, what is the exact amount that they should look for in their seed round, and how much equity should they give up for that? So these are the two questions.
So for your first question, it's actually, to us, not a question, it's a good thing, because we first started using it as a demo application.
Okay.
And by the time we launch it, we do receive a lot of interest, both from the end users and also other maybe like cloud drive and the mobile manufacturer. They wanted to integrate with our these capabilities, and we're pretty open to that. I think it's bring our additional business opportunities. Yeah, because for us, the product itself is cool. We wanted more people using that to make it as a volume driven like the portal, but we're still pretty clear, like we still keep open for other doors, because I know like for our company, our dream and our focus, our stress is the engine. The more people using that, the more feedback they get. The engine is like deep learning, the more like feedback, more data, more things. It's gonna be smarter and smarter, even if like there will be some other application we're supporting, like maybe they use the similar functionalities, but it's actually overall it's beneficial for us. The second question is about like
about the seed funding. How much amount should a young startup look for in seed funding, and how much equity should they give up for the same? Like a general.
Yeah, I know. It's not about like exactly number whether I wanted to talk or not. It's more like depending on every company's situation, because we first take 350K as the very first angel round. And we slow down for a little bit because we need people to go back school, no matter graduating, and to go off school, we need to wait for the process, for a visa to be fully processed. So we actually slowed down for about 3 months, like slow down in the business. That's why we slow down our fundraising process within that 3 months, so that the 350K only keep us to apply for the visas, to making sure it can later on legally run me. So that's how we limited the number of things in the early stage. And later on, after all the visa issue resolved, we're like started again and reconnected with our previous investor and pitching, and we tell them we wanted to be real entrepreneur. We want to be responsible for them. We want to be honest. This is how we've solved our legal problem, and now we can like full time and dedicated to do this. So they pretty appreciate that. So they actually will follow up another round after the very first round. It depends on the speed. It's more like we haven't. A lot of people require like a lot of the investors require like the full time. Definitely that's a bottleneck for a lot of things. If you keep saying a part time, a lot of people won't invest even if they think it's a good idea. And it's definitely needed to be legally. So yeah, we slow down a lot, like just to taking care of a lot of like real problems.
Fair.
Questions? Yeah.
So you mentioned that initial phase you were getting tons of ideas, and especially in that kind of phase which is pretty fuzzy. How did you decide about your MVP, and what kind of metrics you were tracking in the initial phases after launching your MVP?
Yeah, as you mentioned, it's a really fuzzy process. Yeah, we also struggling a lot, but like for us, one thing we are known. Like, there's a lot of the unknown things around us. The one thing they know is what technology, what functionality we can do good, and what's our specialty is. So it's kind of giving us like the idea, like what will be the core thing. Like every business idea or every pivot is is surrounded by these core capabilities. Yeah. So that's how we do the first filter. And then the second, I talked that we're probably not the typical entrepreneur, we're more like dreamer. We asked ourselves, our small team, so what area you're feeling really excited, you want to devote probably the rest of your life, you want to do that. For example, for face recognition and for scene understanding, especially face recognition, there are a lot of things you can do. They're very profitable, and everyone knows it's the surveillance. There are definitely a lot of people using technology surveillance. There are a huge chunk of money waiting there if we can do it good. But we discussed that for a long time. It's more like for us, we're a group of young people and we more like want to do some cool technology. It just doesn't sound that sexy. It's not our style. It's not our thing. So we think, okay, we want to do a business. At least I think the minimum thing is everyone of us will feel really excited about this idea. That's how we can devote probably more energy into that. That's why we can like work over hours for this dream. So it's also whether from internally, whether we buy this idea, whether it's feel excited, also it's very important thing that we make the decision.
Questions? No? Come on. Yeah. Who's your competition, if at all?
There's a lot of competition,
Yeah.
definitely. If we choose the right market, there definitely will be a lot of competition. Otherwise, it will be hard. It's either we are very pioneer, or we choose the area that everybody already thinks is not worth doing. Yeah. So you have different like startups. There's one currently in New York. There's several like in different countries. And previously we got more, but a lot of them they're either they got acquired or they have different like track they got.
What's the potential exit? What's your dream potential exit for you? You want to go IPO? You want to go?
Currently, we don't think that far away. The only thing we want to do currently is two things. Like one, we wanted to refine our product. We wanted people really enjoy it. We wanted to do user acquisition. We want more people using that. This is our top priority right now, because nothing seems really sexy if nobody uses it. So this is our first thing. And the second priority is our engineer keep up with the trend and keep learning the most advanced technology, you keep doing refinements to keep the technology cool. If you wanted to lead in the market, it's hard to eliminate competition. The only thing we can do is to be the sound leader and the number one in this market. So, and for the technology, it's easy. Everyone can test the performance and things. So this is the thing we're focused on.
So, I think all of us have a huge amount of photographs and videos on our phones, right? So when I met Yi, and I saw how easy it was to actually organize that, and I was wondering, like, how come never anyone thought of that? It's like tons of digital stuff in there, assets in there. So you guys came up with the idea. So how does it actually work? How do you, if you're not a facial recognition expert, or how does it actually work? How do you organize that into different?
Yeah, so for our organized photos mainly fall into two big categories. One is facial recognition, the other is object and scenery recognition. For the face recognition, we do two ways. One is the traditional way, like what you previously saw in iPhoto. We can automatically find the similar faces. We group the same faces together. It's like coming with one face group 2, and you can name the face group. And after you name the face group, they kind of associate with the face features with the name. So later I know who you are. This is one way. But on top of that, we're also doing additional, more social ways. We let people log in with their Facebook. The Facebook already have certain technology within the facial recognition. And they already have the people's name and their tag. So we automatically, by your login, we use already tagged faces together with the tagged name as our automatic training data. And by the first time, you will see, okay, this is Paul, this is it. So we automatically already finish that process on the back end by the time you log in. So this gives it an easier way for people to organize that. Otherwise, there's so many faces, people need to tag the name one by one. For me, you can see my phone later on. I have 135 friends on my Facebook. You can see even with the simple face recognition, I need to repeat that process for 100 more times. So this is also additional things we did on that.
So where is this data going? Is it going in the cloud?
It processes in the cloud, but we don't store anything, and everything we process, so we delete that. And there are actually a lot of pre-processing on the phone, so we're not really sending images. It's just do the pre-processing and generate the image feature, and we're sending the image feature for our cloud to auto-tagging. And then the tag sent back to your phone. It's locally stored on your phone. We don't keep any copy of your image online.
So you mean to say there's no risk of privacy?
No, it's no privacy, and we have very detailed thing. Once you download it, you will see we have very clearly write that we don't store anything. It's everything locally stored on your phone. And we don't want to create another drive. We already got so many drives and it's so cheap right now. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay, I might have missed it, but how you are monetizing your platform? What's the monetization?
Yeah. So for our app, we kind of have different milestones on how we kind of monetizing that. For the beta, it's totally for free because we're still gathering and making changes. The next version is gonna be launching in about 2 weeks. That is, we have an in-app purchase efforts where you can open your additional data sources which you want us to auto-tagging them. For example, like Dropbox, like Flickr, like Amazon Cloud. There's different things. We automatically organize and tag in your photo for free for your local album and for your public social profiles. And in long run, there are definitely a lot of things to do because basically what we're doing the image search. It's a method. It's not a final destination that people want to accomplish. It's just a method for people to more efficiently find their content. So for us, it's going to be a proto. Later on, we can integrate with a lot of third-party apps. It's just that people easily find and retrieve their image here. Later on, they can send it to be massively, maybe adding filters, maybe move it to like some postcard or photo album, with anything. Just like we provide the very first layer, and they do their business. We provide traffic to them.
if people want to download, they go to, is it available for both Android and iOS?
Currently, it's only for iOS.
Okay.
You can search PhotoTime, and there will be available downloading there. In the Android one, we have a sign-up list both online, and you can directly sign up with me. It will gonna launch in about 2 months.
Excellent. I've downloaded and it's really cool. So if you guys want to try it out.
You mean you can locate someone without their name just by their face? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Someone probably you can share the link with us later.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
On the Android and the
Yeah.
absolutely.
And for that, I actually can sell in-house where like the latest version. Yeah.
Perfect.
And what is your role in the company since you're not tech?
I'm the CEO, like Chief Entertainment Officer.
Okay, so you didn't develop the app, you just there? What did you do? I mean, you do the funding, you do everything?
Yeah, I do everything except for the real coding.
Okay.
Like including like big things like fundraising, like hiring people, like organizing team, like doing business strategy decisions.
Oh.
In a smaller item since we growing from really small companies. Like first, I also do like cooking for them. I do
You do
housekeeping.
And
There's different things from the very early stage then to it's. And in our team, they call me like kind of mommy. So I do everything except for building.
Okay, and what's your background?
I'm mastering information technology. So I'm more like I can understand what they're doing, can communicate with those developers, and I both have like IT consultant and management background. So I kind of like helping them to interpret their ideas and their language to a certain type of language that everyone else can understand.
I got it, okay.
What's the size of the team that you have right now?
What?
What's the size of the team?
Currently, we have a team of 15 people.
You know, it's, I really find this interesting. You ask a tech person, for lack of a phrase or a word, you ask a tech or a developer how easy or difficult it is to build a company. You know, it's hard for them because, you know, they don't have sometimes the business mindset and the marketing mindset, you know, just the growth mindset, and because they are so much focused. And ask a business guy or a strategy guy how easy or difficult it is to build a product, and they're like, oh God, I can't do this, you know. So it's a perfect marriage. You gotta find the right partner, just like finding a life partner, finding a business partner is similar.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually thinking the same way.
Yeah.
And also what I'm doing is I try to solve every other problems for them so that they can more focus on developing technology and product. I think it's the same thing that Google does. Google take care of the food, take care of the massage, like even laundry, everything. It is not because of cost, it's more like they want their engineer, their team member can focus on the things, not like everything. They don't really expect them to make every decision.
Plus,
So you take care of the catering and all that?
Yeah.
Oh, you take care of, to make the team happy?
Yeah.
She said Chief Entertainment Officer.
No, because where I work, there's the one who is the happiness manager. So that's pretty much what you do. You make everybody happy.
Yeah, I make them happy. I solve their problems so they can spend their most energy on developing our technology.
Okay, Chief Happiness Officer.
Some
But when you speak, I mean, it's like a melody when you speak. I hear English, but I hear something else. I hear like a melody, like maybe it's Chinese, but it's like a mix of Chinese and English, and it sounds like a melody. I don't know. What was your first language?
Chinese was my first language.
Okay, because there's many Chinese, right? There's Mandarin, Cantonese.
Yeah, Mandarin.
Mandarin.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mandarin.
Okay. It's like melody. It's like. But then I have to pay attention. What is she saying in English? Okay.
Excellent. Questions, anyone, guys? Yeah. Yeah.
So, if you are given a choice today, YC or the other accelerator, which one would you choose?
I I cannot answer that because I've never been to YC, so it's unfair how I judge them.
But
Yeah.
you've been in industry, you've been interacting with a lot of founders. So based on their
I think they're both good. I mean, according to what I just talked, there's a lot of like common resources help, especially the first-time entrepreneur. I think those are the experience and the legal help and the reputational help, but both of them have the capability to do so.
Well, good. I think that's a wrap. So we really appreciate you coming over here today.
Thank you so much.
And,
Yeah, I'm happy to
share.
meet a lot more friends.
So, guys, so what we do is we open up for a pitch event after the speaking, and